please.
Hi, I'm Ian McLagan of the bump band Small Faces and Faces, and you're watching Talk and Roll.
Good evening, and welcome to yet another episode of Talk and Roll. And tonight on Talk and Roll, we have first-class British rock and roll royalty with Ian McLagan. How you doing, Ian?
I'm good, Bob. Nice to see you. Hello there.
This is the first time I can think of that you've done a solo tour in New England. What's been keeping you?
We couldn't find a gig up in Massachusetts or anywhere around here. We played New York all the time, New Jersey. This time we got it. We want to each time venture forth. Keep moving, you know? They can't shoot you if you keep moving.
Your latest release, it's been out for a while now, is Never Say Never. Mm-hmm. And you do songs from that on this tour.
Oh, yeah. I did about 8 out of the 10. Tonight I'm doing some new songs that haven't been, that no one's heard, that we've recorded. We haven't heard of some old songs, some Ronnie Lane songs. And pretty soon an hour and a half goes by and it's time for drinking.
That is correct. Who's in your band? Who's in the bump band? This is the bump band.
The bump band is Don Harvey on drums, Scrappy Judd Newcomb on guitar, and John Nota Thomas on bass, and myself. This time around, I'm kind of solo, but John is playing bass with me and playing a little guitar and singing. It helps an old guy like me.
One thing that I'm really interested to find out about is you're from London, basically close to London, and you ended up in, how did you end up in Austin, Texas?
Well, I lived in LA for 16 years and did a lot of sessions, did a lot of gigs, and it's really frustrating working in LA. Then there was a big earthquake in '94 and that just spat us out. So the only place you can go is the greatest music town, except for New Orleans, is Austin.
Yeah.
There's a great live scene, great recording scene, people are friendly. It's not like Dallas or Houston, it's real sweet.
Going back a bit, there's been some great news for Small Faces fans. There's a box set in the making. I guess some unreleased songs were discovered, and I guess you were scouring, I don't know, studios all over the world, perhaps?
No, this guy, Rob Cager, has found all kinds of stuff, like alternate takes and, you know, just songs we don't remember recording, frankly. I mean, I'm still not sure about Be My Baby. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that yet. I've been people have been telling me about that for years, that we covered the Ronettes' Be My Baby.
Also, another box set of The Faces, which has to have one of the greatest titles. 5 guys walk into a bar. And that name came from, I know where it came from, you can tell them.
Well, actually, it came from 2 friends of mine. It comes from a guy walks into a bar, which is what I'm calling my solo tour. But a friend of mine said, 5 men walk into a bar. And I said, that's good. And then this other guy, he's English, who's American, David Greenberger, said, 5 guys walk into a bar. I said, okay, you got the prize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of The Faces, there's this ongoing, I guess you could say, reunion.
Yeah, we're actually, when I finish this tour, I go straight to London. We rehearse and play 4 festivals in and around Europe, England. Then we go to Japan, play a festival there. And then John joins me in England. We carry on and do a month tour in England as a duo, ending up in Ireland, in Galway.
Yeah. Still no Rod Stewart, but you have Mick Hucknall.
Mick Hucknall.
Which everybody, let me just say this, everybody thought, oh no, what a drag, but I've seen this guy.
not everybody.
He is phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
No. Everybody didn't say that.
Okay,
I
apologize.
Straighten this out.
Okay.
Glenn Matlock was in right from the start because he loves Ronnie Lane. That's how why he played bass. He played bass to Ronnie Lane's parts on Small Faces records. Mick Hucknall's a huge Faces fan. I wasn't for him at first, but he's great.
Yeah.
And he rocks out.
He does.
He's doing a great job. There was a few fans who got on Facebook who said, "Oh, I'm never going to go to see the Faces." And I said, "Well, blow you."
Exactly.
It's like we never asked you if Rod was going to be a good singer for us. We're not asking you now. It's not down to the fans. The fans got to come to the shows. When they hear him sing, they'll be knocked out. Debris. I should explain, when I made a recording of this for my Spiritual Boy album, I had cellos and backing vocals. There's only two of us. So I'm going to play the cello on the piano. I left you on the debris at the Sunday morning market. You were sorting through the odds and ends. You was looking for a bargain. Heard your footsteps footsteps at the front door, and that old familiar love song, and you knew you'd find me waiting there at the top of the stairs. I've been there and back just to see how far it was, and you tried to tell me, but I had to learn for myself. There's more trouble at the depot with the General Workers Union, and you said they'll never change a thing. Well, they won't fight and they're not working. On the debris, and we both know you got no money, and I wonder what you would have done without me hanging around. In the house. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. That's your heart. Mr. John Logan Thomas on the bass and vocals and guitar.
Can you tell us about Ron Wood? Speaking of faces,
Ron
what can you say about Ron Wood?
Oh, I love the man. He's brilliant. He's a great guitarist. He writes great songs. He's in great health these days, I'm happy to say.
Fantastic.
And we're looking forward to the Faces getting out on. Actually, I'm doing his radio show when I go over there. He just won an award for his radio show.
I didn't even know he had it. What is he on, BBC?
I have no idea.
Will there be any Faces shows in America?
I'm hoping next year. Yeah, there's nothing set yet. We'll see how this goes. You know, see if the people like it and if the agents like it. And I think it'd be great. I'd like to get the Faces to Austin.
Is your book still in print? All the rage.
I just had it reprinted.
There we go.
And it's just come out. It's printed in Austin now. And I'm real pleased about that. I brought them with me on the tour. And this one, you know, is good, but I wrote more for the paperback. And so every chapter has a little more, a little taste, you know.
You are a man of many stories. I'm glad you remember most of them.
And I'll be telling some of them tonight at the show.
You did one other thing you did. You worked with Ringo and Ron on a video shoot for a song called Buried Alive.
Yeah, it was Ronnie's.
What can you tell us about that? Do you remember?
Oh, Ringo and I actually have several things in common. We're the same height. We could switch clothes. In fact, he liked a pair of shoes I was wearing. He played on my first record. And afterwards, we went to a guy's place. We was hanging out, having a drink, and he said, "Oh, I love those shoes." And I said, "Try them on." And I knew they'd fit him because I tried some of his suits on back in the 60s. We had the same tailor. And I'd be looking for my suits. And on the rack, there's John Lennon's, Paul's, Ringo's. So I thought, I tried them all on, but Ringo's fit me. So anyway, I gave him the shoes. And a couple of months later, he sent me a pair of shoes from the south of France.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
Crazy looking mama, don't you know you're too young to die? You're a good looking woman, don't you know you're too young to die? Well, you should have been married alive, far too pretty to die. Well, you should have been married alive, 'cause you're far too pretty to die.
What did you make of the rebirth of the Small Faces? You had like 2 rebirths from the 60s. You had 76 when it charted in England. And then in the mid-90s, Itchy Park, but so it brought back the Small Faces. And then back in the mid-90s, you had another resurgence with mods in general, the mod revival.
You know, I get emails from young guys and girls who are like 12, 13, 15 and stuff. And it keeps coming. You know, they'll be wearing their father's clothes. They'll be wearing their grandfather's clothes next. I think it's fabulous, you know. It just shows, you know, I still listen to the same music I listened to in the early days. Little Richard and Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. And so the people who were listening to us when our records came out, that meant something to them, still have those records and their kids are listening to them.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's brilliant.
Were you influenced by some of the New Orleans artists like...
Of course, Professor Longhair and Dr. John.
I love Amos Milburn.
Oh, Amos Milburn,
I love
yeah.
Amos Milburn.
Actually, in my website, Max Pages, I have a page that's A to Z, and A is Amos Milburn. He wrote a lot of drinking songs.
Bad Whiskey and then Good Whiskey. Well, I don't know which one came first.
I didn't even know at the time he was from Texas.
Yeah. Oh, he was from Texas.
Yeah.
I thought he was from New Orleans.
No.
Well, Mac, thank you so much for your time tonight. Appearing on Talk and Roll. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Any closing words?
Yeah, support live music, because the future is not iTunes. My next album's coming out vinyl and CD only.
Oh, my God.
And it ain't going to be on iTunes, because they put my 10-song album, you can buy the tracks separately. I ain't having it in the future.
Compressed sound. Yeah. Fantastic, isn't it? No.
Through tiny little earphones.
Unfreaking believable.
The future's people coming out to live shows. Okay. It's called Halloween. Roses round your door in pink and red. That's what you want, that's what you said. To settle down with some lucky guy. And walk barefoot under southern skies. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. I sit here watching the clouds rolling. Warm rain, drown me. 'Cause now I see what a fool I've been. Warm rain falls on you, falls on me, and leaves me dry. If you pray